Okay, welcome back to my Game Dev Adventure series. In the last episode, I said that I was going to be working on a Mosquito game, and I've already been doing that for about a week now, and or maybe closer to half a week, but a few days, and I've already implemented some of the core functionality for my game. So I just wanted to quickly show what it is that I'm working on, maybe talk a little bit about some of the upcoming challenges, because there's a lot of stuff that I know I want to do, but I haven't really figured out how I need to approach it yet. So I'll just get right into the gameplay. So basically, here we've got our Mosquito. I downloaded an asset from the Unreal Marketplace that had some animations included, so we can skitter around. And of course, we can fly. So we've got kind of an animation blueprint that will change the animation depending on how much you are pressing the controller trigger. This game is definitely meant to be played on controller. It will be playable on keyboard and mouse, but I think your ability to control how much kind of throttle you're giving the Mosquito would be pretty impacted. So definitely, I think controller will be ideal. Um, and yeah, this was kind of the first thing that I did, the whole movement system, making sure that you could walk around, and that the animations were working in a nice way. I'm pretty happy with it. I also feel like this Mosquito is really evil looking, but I think it's a great asset and a great model, so I'll probably stick with it unless I can find something better. Maybe I'll modify it at some point to reduce the monstrousness of it. So that's like already that's the core of the gameplay that I really want to articulate is like you can walk around, you can fly around, and basically the whole purpose of the game is to try to get to the end of the level wherever that is. And in order to do that, you might have noticed when I was flying around, I was consuming blood. Like blood is your key resource that you're managing. And then these little droplets that are around here, whenever you interact with one of those, it will give you blood. This isn't how it's going to work in the final game. It's just like kind of a straightforward way to prototype. But yeah, basically, as you go through, you're finding blood. I think in the final game, it would be more like you are you're hopping onto a human and you are biting into them and you are sucking blood. There's probably going to be like a mini game attached to that. So this isn't how the blood acquisition system will work in the final game, but I think it's good enough to help me understand like, is this enjoyable? Is this fun? So for an early prototype, I think it's good. So I've got a few different sizes of blood. I've got these small ones here. I've got some medium ones, and I've got a big one. And yeah, you can see that these give a little bit, and oh, not paying attention to the flying. The flight controls are something that I also really need to tweak because right now it's a bit rudimentary. It's like I'm flying up. I'm giving like an up vector whenever I'm pressing the trigger, but like you don't really have the ability to like tilt forward like with a helicopter or an airplane. Like you're kind of just going around on this plane. So yeah, definitely need to figure out how to give more complex and like nuanced flight controls. And also, definitely part of the fantasy of being a mosquito is to be able to walk on walls or like walk on surfaces at any incline. And so that I think is going to be a big challenge for me to implement. I know that there's some tutorials that are kind of doing roughly that, but I need to figure out like how that will work together with flight and how to make sure that if you're upside down, like physics won't be impacting you. It's gonna be, I think, a bit of a it's gonna be a task. But yeah, that's like For just a few days of prototyping, I'm really happy with where I've gotten, especially because I'm not very experienced. I think it feels good already, which is like the most important basis for a game like this. It's a simple game, so game feel is what's going to keep people invested and their ability to master it. I do also have like a loss condition. I haven't made a win condition yet, but here, if I'm consuming all of my blood, I'm consuming it at a much higher rate if I have the trigger all the way pulled down. If I consume all of my blood, boom, the bloodline dies with you, and from there you can restart. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think my next steps will be to implement like a win condition. So if you get to the end of the level, like down at the end there, I'll put like a gate that you have to go through, and that will be your win condition. And I think in order to incentivize people to manage their blood levels well, I think there could be like a star system. So if you finish the game with 1/3 of your blood level, then you get 1 star. If you finish with 2/3, then 2 stars, and closer to like 100%. I'll figure out exactly what the thresholds are as I go. But I think there should be some bonuses that the player gets if they get to the end. The way that I'm thinking about it is when you end the level, basically you're getting to a place of safety and you can spawn the next generation of mosquitoes. And so those stars or whatever they end up being, those tokens that are corresponding to how much blood you have when you end the level, the more that you have of them, the more upgrades maybe you'll be able to spend. Maybe it's flight speed or like I'll figure out what the bonuses are as I go. But yeah, that's just to encourage people to be smart in how they're managing this blood as a resource. And it's interesting because it's like your fuel, but it's also your life. It's basically a combination of HP and fuel. So I think I think it like taps into the mosquito existence in an interesting way. And yeah, I'm curious to see if people will think it's fun. And yeah, that's what I've got at this point. I will be back next week with some more updates, hopefully with more refined animations, probably like a better idea of what kind of levels I want to make. Maybe I'll make like the big people a little bit more crucial to it. I don't think I'll be able to figure out the walking on walls thing that quickly, but maybe I'll have better flight controls as well. So yeah, tune in next time and you can see the progress I've made. Thanks. Bye.